A very warm welcome everyone, I hope you are well. We're back on the ZX Spectrum 128K and this is Total Recall, published by Ocean in 1991 and of course based on the awesome film from 1990 starring the fantastic Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he must get his ass to Mars. Yes, that is correct. He plays a character, Douglas Quaid, a lowly construction worker who on a visit to Recall unmasks whether he is a secret agent on Mars or is he just playing out some delusion of some sort of mental problem. But anyway, it's a great film and here we go. I've reviewed it on the Commodore Amiga. This looks very, very different. You can fight with your fists or we're doing down and fire button at the same time. I think it switches to the gun. It's over 5 different levels. The second level, if we get to it, which is always bit in the balance here, is like one where you're in Johnny Cabs, a racing driving sort of game. Right, up this lift. If I don't get very far on my first go, I do have a poke for infinite energy, but I'm not sure how much use that'll do, so punch him out the way. This is like a maze where we must find our way out by picking up different objects. Oops. It's a bit unusual this. It's like monochrome in a certain bit and then the ledges are blue. That's very unusual. So there's a bit of colour involved. Yeah, I'm not big on it at the moment. The green arrows are supposed to help you to know what direction to go in. My energy bar in the bottom middle, there's just one little red bit left, represents I'm going to die quite soon. So I'm not sure how far we'll get on this, but we'll see. The film is brilliant. The Commodore Amiga version with the cheat on it made it a bit better, but it was ridiculously hard. I've got a funny feeling this might be the same sort of thing. I don't think there are any good games with Arnold Schwarzenegger in, are there, from this era? 8-bit? They all seem to be quite bad. Oh, apart from Barbarian. Was he in that film? I think he was, wasn't he? Oh, there he goes, and he's gone splat. So maybe Barbarian, but that's the exception to the rule. Opening it up to all games, there was the Terminator 2 pinball table. That was quite good. A recreation by Farsight Studios of a real-life table. Total Recall. Yeah. See you at the party, Richter, on stuff like that. I prefer the Amiga version to the Spectrum version, that's saying a lot. So check out my health bottom middle, that shouldn't go down now because we put a poke in for infinite energy. But if we fall in these lava pits, that won't do us any good. Now, I just walked over a switch, and I don't know what that is actually switching. Right, we can take that guy out now with a gun. There's another lift there. That question mark is a power-up, I think. Or extra time, right, okay. Because we're against the clock as well. So this lift goes down. Tricky for me to say. That's another switch there, which we just turn on and off and on again. Don't know what that's doing. We need to find a route forward, and we just dropped into fire. And what happens? Oh man, what's bad about this game is you only get 1 life. They should at least give you 3 lives. You could be doing quite well, lose your life, and that's it. Yeah, this game is tremendously difficult. Bear in mind I'm playing this with a Pokemon for infinite energy. It's very, very difficult. I mean, the graphics are great, the sprites are great, and the music is fantastic. But, yeah, they've made it too difficult again, which they did a lot of the time on the ZX Spectrum, and that's hindering the gameplay a lot. Douglas Quaid is going to die quite a lot in this game. Ooh. Make it a little bit easier. Could have had a classic on your hands, but you haven't. Ugh. Right, can't punch my way through the wall. I mean, I do like the animation of the legs. That's good. These reviews are supposed to be reflective of someone's first or second go at the game. Now, admittedly, you wouldn't have had a poke on the first or second go. But I don't think I would have come back to it. They've got the difficulty level all wrong. Right, what's that? Yeah, see? 1 life, make 1 mistake, no matter how far you've got. 1 mistake and it's game over. Too cruel. No real reason why they couldn't have given you 3 lives or even 5 lives on this, but just 1. Yes, Ocean, you've done a boo-boo here. You've done a big boo-boo. 1991, 128k. I don't think this come out on the 48k. Let me know if that's wrong. But I don't think it could have handled these colour changes. You can jump into the fire without taking any... Well, you might actually take some energy damage about the poke on it. I'm not quite sure about that. We'll do a little bit of exploring, but I haven't got any cheats to jump to the next level, so it's doubtful we'll see Johnny Cabs. But the whole idea of the game must be to get to Mars and defeat all the bad guys and rescue Melina and make Mars habitable again for everyone, so this evil corporation can't sell air to people. That must be it, mustn't it? Yeah, so do have a watch of the movie Total Recall if you haven't seen it, and I mean the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in 1990, which is a classic movie. The remake, I'm not a big fan of that, but I haven't seen it all the way through. I was attempted to watch it on Blu-ray once around someone's house, but I couldn't watch all of it, and we turned it off. That's how good it was. You'd never turn off the original Total Recall off. Can't seem to get past this purple wall. Right, that's gone. Danger, danger. So we'll jump across that if it's saying danger. Shoot him. 2 shots. Right, that's the briefcase that Arnold picks up in the film. I think when he's doing that, though, he's got a wet towel on his head. Yeah. Are we stuck here? I'm not sure we can get past. We should have deactivated... Yeah, we should have hit a switch first to deactivate this, I think. We've done it all a bit wrong. Dun... Da-da-da. I'm trying to think of the Total Recall music now. Can't immediately picture it in my mind. No, that's not bad. I'm going into match of the day. Oh dear, we might have to... I'm stuck. Now, normally you die now, but I might have to take the poke off to die and then come back. And we'll have one last go, but I'm not really that impressed with it. From the screenshots, one of those ones where from the screenshots it will look quite good, but playability is everything, and yeah. I don't like it, folks. I don't like it. Total Recall deserved a much better game. Actually, this is one of these sort of genres, one of these films I'd love. They'll never do it. I love like a PS4, Xbox One, PC game, Total Recall, based on the 1990 movie. Now, that would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? In VR as well, you're wearing the helmet going, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Nick, Nick. Oh, man. Yeah, so I'm at the bottom of the leaderboard here. One last go? Well, I think so. We'll see if we get any further, but I don't think we are going to get any further. We've seen everything. Douglas Quaid. Not sure Sharon Stone appears in this one. So we must be at Mars already, because they had those fans blowing their air around. So you actually start on Mars. And on another level, you might meet Benny, the taxi cab driver, who's got 5 kids to feed. But that's just a lie, he hasn't. He's a mutant and he's working for the horrible company, I think. Or he's been paid off, something like that. Man, you got me. I'm not even married, he would say. I don't know where I'm going on this, which you pretty much already know. I need a book telling me what to do. We can't get past this noughts and crosses display. Someone's having a big game of Boggle, and that's outwitted Arnie. He should really just punch that out the way. Does it look like Arnie? Well, it looks like an anvil's landed on his head. It doesn't look much like Arnie. Another terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger game we recently reviewed was on the Commodore Amiga. It was called Running Man, and that's a game that I need to review on the Spectrum and the Commodore 64 as well. But I've been told from a very reliable source that the game's rubbish on those two as well. So hooray! Yeah. I mean, I suppose at least they've been fair on all systems. It's quite suspicious when a game's good on one system and poor on everything else. You know, right, different people have worked on this. Right, can we get the briefcase and back again? Yes, well, we seem to have done it in the right order, so that's better than last time. But now, where do we take this briefcase? That makes us trackable, doesn't it, from the bad guys? We need to get to Johnny Cabs then. We haven't got any money for the cabs. Just drive. I'm lost again. In more ways than one. Now, if you had this back in the day and completed it, let me know. Because if you're a kid and had put lots of time into this, you'd see it with your nostalgia goggles on, and it would have been such a good achievement to actually complete it. But I think it's beyond the controls. Oh, we've got rid of the middle line. It's beyond the controls of a mere child to actually do this. So the way forward must be to somehow get rid of those other blocks by hitting various switches. But God knows where they are. I mean, we've seen 2 switches, haven't we? Unless we can somehow jump through the fire. But jumping over fire is a bit too big a distance. Yeah, I'm mystified. Like, yeah, and I'm burnt to death now as well. Well, hope you liked having a look at that one. That was Total Recall on the ZX Spectrum 128K, published by Ocean in 1991, and based on the brilliant film from 1990 starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, graphics good, sound fantastic, playability terrible, they've made it way too difficult. Now, that's my opinion. If you've got any thoughts about the game, any memories, anything retro about Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or anything at all, by all means put that below. You're always more than welcome. Always aim it to be a nice, friendly channel where everyone could chip in. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed so far. That's really welcome, and it helps the channel grow and push forward. If you want to help a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really helps. And if you are a patron and want a shout out for anything you're up to, then let me know, and I'll mention it in the monthly videos. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.